and go buy a thing or two.
Ah, there you are, my favorite one.
My favorite wallet. Oh yeah, I guess we do have the horn upgrade, don't we? That would explain why the radius of it's pretty big. Okay, that was just ground. I thought it was a pit. Because like the amount of detail in these environments for 2004, I think would have been pretty. I won't say most impressive, but pretty impressive. And I'm simply trying to go off of games I've played from 2004, or at least around the same time frame. Which the other major game I can think of is Halo 2, of course. The thing I'll say about Halo 2 though is that even though it had a 3-year development cycle, they pretty much banged that game out in its last year. They basically revamped the whole game in its last year, and as someone said, that does like mod stuff. He was like, the game engine is basically held together by duct tape, and I'll say like one of the biggest issues with that game was always I think poppin' is the right one, where you'll see there's times in cutscenes and even in like in game where you'd see the graphics, the textures kind of pop in. As the one I always think of is on the Scarab. When you destroy the Scarab, Master Chief's walking out, you see that cutscene seems to always have the issue of the graphics popping in. But I think the fact that they even got the game out of here, one, you have to remember, because as we get more detailed with graphics and stuff, and more like the environments become more detailed and all that stuff, even though game engines have improved and become easier to develop for, there's still more and more details in environments, and it takes more time to make them. So in 2004 it was easier, like kind of faster, because you didn't like the environments generally weren't as detailed. It's kind of like, well, I don't think it was like okay to really make a game, like while it wasn't as easy to make a game every single year, it was still easier to meet a 2-year deadline, But honestly, like what I just want to say about Bungie in that year is like I have a lot of respect for them, and I think that just shows how competent of a developer that they were. That even though they made a lot of mistakes, that the fact that they could bang that game out in a year and get it the way it was, yes, I know they weren't happy with it, and like especially when I go back to play it now, there are some levels in that game that are not fun, just not as fun as they could have been or should have been. But like the multiplayer was big, and I didn't get to play the multiplayer. Excluding playing it on System Link Kai, I never got to play it when the original Xbox was still online, and I'm sad. Like that's one of those things I'm very sad about. I think I've talked about it before.
You must be Spyro. You're larger than I expected.
I'm tiny to you.
Normally, people I fight say I'm smaller than they expected. They're trying to psych me out.
Oh, I guess I just assumed dragons were tiny. I spend all my time in the water, so I don't get to see a lot of dragons.
Ew. Spyro. Spyro's running animation, like his face at least, is very odd. Because it's like his eyes are like half closed and his mouth is open. It kind of looks like he's about to sneeze or that he's kind of stoned. Ow. That's not okay. Fuck. Well. At least I wasn't too far into the fight, you know? There is no moving the camera. So when it does that, that's a bit annoying. Basically what I'm saying though is it's a bit hard to tell how close you are to the edge at times. You didn't do that before. At least I didn't. I don't remember you doing it before on your second phase. Oh yeah, you know what I totally forgot? I managed to snag myself a PS5 from Walmart. I had to get a bundle and it was like $900, but you know, I did it. I got it, guys. And it cost me everything. I'm broke. Even though when I got my last paycheck, I was already overspent on my debit card. Mainly from insurance for my vehicle. And then I owed my mom money because we were having a bug problem and we had to have an exterminator come. And during the summertime, we get all these little black bugs.
I can't believe I was defeated by someone as small as you.
What do you mean you can't believe you're defeated? Like, you're not dead. I don't know what her term, what defeated means to her, but if she said I can't believe I'm being beaten by a little creature small as you, that's understandable. Anyway, and then I also needed to get new work shoes and socks because my old work shoes were so worn through and that they were killing my feet at work. So that was the thing too. And then I also filled up my vehicle on gas that day, or propane. So I spent I spent I think like $400 some that day on the shoes, the gas, socks, and paying my mom the money that I owed her. Are we gonna get to the point where it's all three? Which means I have to make sure I'm standing in the middle. You hit me once, good job.
I can't believe I was defeated yet again by someone so small.
Can you stop with this? There's a difference between being defeated and being beaten. Or being like being beaten as in like so far I'm being outwitted by a small creature, you know? I'd like to see where all that noise is coming from, but if there's one behind me, I can't see it, game. Okay, no, there isn't. That was my worry, is that they were gonna get to 3, and then I was gonna be like, how the fuck am I supposed to do it? Like, we'd have to do like a sky view, bird's eye view kind of dealio. Because obviously say like, oh, he was beaten by so and so, but to say like, oh, he's being beaten by a small little dragon, I don't really know how I'm gonna avoid those. This should be last hit though, right? Oh god, that was close. She's fucking dead. No.
No! What happened? I can't believe I was defeated by a pygmy pipsqueak so tiny I couldn't even see him with a microscope.
Okay, see, now you're just overacting.
Spyro, thank you for releasing me. As a token of my gratitude, I will grant you the power of water breath.
Oh, cool, another breath type. What can I do with this?
You can use your water breath to move some objects, solve puzzles, and slow down some enemies. You can also use it to add water to dehydrated foods.
I didn't even see her do the thing. Oh my god. So I'd like to know where that noise is coming from. Is there really nothing down here? So is last breath? I'm wondering if it's gonna be ice, but you have the water now, so I don't know. It's just one of those things. I mean, you probably like the water, so I don't know why you would be upset by me spraying you with water. Ooh, ooh. I could see there being, what, 2 more bosses? Like, you get 1 more boss to defeat for your last power-up, and then 1 more boss as the final boss of the game. Because I don't think they would give you... I don't think they would give you, like, a power-up that's kind of important that... Like, it could be a power-up that's, you know, like an endgame power-up kind of dealio, but I don't think they'd give you a power-up that you still need to use to get further or solve, like, past puzzles and stuff. Right? I don't know if he adds anything to his store, like if there's upgrades, like if because like it's like in order to avoid kind of like spoiling what a certain power up may be, they could what they can do is just not have the power up be in the shop, and it makes you wonder, like that way you don't because if it's there, maybe it can hint to what the power is going to be, right? Holy shit! Oh my god, I was not expecting that. I wasn't looking. I was looking at my computer to see where it's at. Still got a lot of space and everything. So I think basically done here. Like I know there's a few things. We're missing one light gem. There was the underwater sunken ruins. I think I needed a wall jump for that area too, though. So icy wilderness.
I cannot believe this. What is going on around here? Do I have to deal with Spyro myself? He'll be on his way here looking for me soon. Let me think. Yes, I suppose I could always release my other guardian. Aldred has quite a few tricks up his sleeve that will give smarty pants Spyro a run for his money. Now, you big lumbering dollop, stand guard over there and make sure nobody gets past you. If you let me down, you know what will happen.
Ice Age. That's all I could think.
Spyro, now here you are on the beautiful but cold, icy wilderness. You should head to the Ice Citadel and try to find the Elder there. He may be able to tell you where Red is hiding. Oh, Lloyd. Ah, there you are, my favorite one.
My favorite wallet.
Hello there. You must be Spyro. Ooh, the area behind me is protected by a very clever security system that, may I add, I personally designed myself. Oh, something complex that those brainless Norks would never figure out. But I bet a dragon of your skill and intellect would do it in no time. Ooh.
Okay, cut to the chase. What do I need to do?
Oh, just activate all electric switches in this area within the time limit and the gate will open. It's actually as simple as that, really. Nothing complex at all. Maybe the Norks could have figured that one out, but they would have never been fast enough to do it. Do you want to give it a go, Spyro?
Yes.